Oh, the conversation we had that wasn't recorded. All right. I don't know if I said this in episode 10, which went up last week on the 4th of July, which, welcome to your new hell. It's July 11th. Don't mix your alcohols. Drink responsibly. Don't be a fucking idiot. Like we said, we weren't going to bring up pre-recording, but I think we literally talked for half an hour. No, we talked for about 20 minutes after the end of episode 10. But I put 99 cherries in your concoction.
Oh, yeah.
Which, if you want to know what the fuck that concoction is, go back and watch episode 10. Actually, do yourself a favor. Go back and watch episode 1. Watch all of the podcast. Well, I guess listen to them. Really, all you're going to be seeing is a bunch of background footage, which we swore we were never going to repeat, and I'm sorry, but I did 2 MLB The Show 21 backgrounds. Which, actually, you all can watch it because I took the liberty. Yes, I did. Eli, Assassin 13710. My co-host.
Canyon or Ghost River.
So, that was a shitty way to do intro. I apologize. We're still a little fucked up from the last podcast.
You're fucked up. I feel I'm good. I could probably still drive.
What a fucking dick. I'm giving you shit.
I know.
I forgot what the fuck I was going to say.
But no,
Right. I took the liberty to put everything in a playlist, so definitely go and check it all out.
Yeah, better. Alright, so this one is just kind of being made off of a whim. We were really in a good mood and we wanted to do another podcast in the same night. Which
Except now the alcohol's kicking my ass and I feel really tired. And now I have to think of something other to talk, or I have to I'm going to think of something else to talk about other than our whole plans for Soul Link and Cage Lock.
Yes, and I think this is actually the perfect time.
I swear to God, I'm not doing coke. I'm vaping. I'm not trying to do it in the microphone because it gets really loud and peaks.
Jesus Christ. Now that I think about it kind of can sound like you'd be sniffing some shit.
I didn't notice that until last episode. Like, I kept coming off here to the side and was doing it. I'm like, people are going to think I'm doing coke over here.
No,
As you were saying.
I think this would be the perfect podcast. This being episode 11.
Double ones.
Double ones. But no, our first podcast after reaching the goal of double digits.
I guess it wasn't really a goal.
We wanted to reach. You were excited about double digits. You were like,
you have to make it seem like you're excited about double digits, but what is there to be excited about? Like, obviously, breaking the fourth wall. Again, right now we don't really have the subs or viewers, but we'll get there, man. Like, I got like so excited. I was so bored at work earlier today. Like, I was just like, damn, I really hate my fucking job. Wouldn't it be great if we could pick up the traction and like... So really I think I need to start adding more friends on Facebook that I don't really know. and then start saving the links to like our podcast or our other videos and just post them to Facebook. Like the friends that live here definitely won't give a shit. Those that live not here probably still won't give a shit, but I mean they'll probably look at it and be like, "Oh, these 2 idiots are actually kind of amusing. Why don't I just tell my other friends?" But I definitely need to start putting stuff up on my own channel. Like, and I think we talked about this in episode 9 or 8. I don't remember, but I know that one comment still, I need to put Borderlands on my PlayStation. But I just downloaded, I think my Wipeout collection that I got a few years ago as a PlayStation Plus thing. It's actually a really fun game. It's basically supposed to be a racing game, but it's anti-grav racing. It's just really fun. And the soundtrack is just amazing because it's basically a bunch of EDM. So it feels more like futuristic.
Yeah.
I guess. And it's just really great. It's just really fun. I find it really fun, so I was like, this would probably be really good to have as background footage. The only reason I was doing like leaf green for background footage earlier when we were trying to test our Discord and everything was because I was like, we're gonna have it up anyway, and I don't feel like doing anything else than fucking around with my emulator, so let's just fucking do that. Oh shit.
No. This, I think, is a good episode that we can get into some, let's say, not getting in too far in depth of personal matters, but I really enjoy when we have our conversations when it comes to our previous experiences with women. Because sometimes those conversations end up getting really deep with each other, and we can, actually understand each other on a different level than we normally do. So I feel like we should try and give some stories in that sense.
We should, but I don't want people to think we're pieces of shit.
No.
And because of my past and the person I am, I will always feel like shit about myself the more I keep bringing it up.
Yeah.
And that's why I try to refrain from telling any personal stories about relationships.
Yes, but that's the thing though.
And I have talked so much that I feel my voice going hoarse.
Yes.
My throat hurts right now.
Yes, you quite you like to talk a lot, quite a bit.
Let's just all say
the time. Every second of every day.
And I really do apologize for interrupting you. I'm sorry I'm saying that now, and I apologize I talk too much. It's just after I started YouTube and I noticed how quiet I was in school, I never really realized how much I loved talking to a microphone. If you go and watch, I think, any of my other... I really am sorry about that. If you go and watch any of my other Let's Plays on my personal channel that I don't think are Borderlands, I really didn't really try and talk much through that. It's just, I was just really talkative. I kept talking a lot, and this was at this same point I was dating Peyton. And I remember putting up one of my Nuzlocke videos for Omega Ruby, and she was like, I know you're excited about this stuff, but when you talk too much, it kind of takes away from the video. Which is why, not only do I hate that my Resident Evil videos are no commentary, but I also know that if I were to add the commentary, I would talk way too fucking much.
Yeah, I understand that. There's those moments when I'm trying to record my videos and I'm talking, and I don't want to talk over, the cutscenes or anything like that, or when actual voice actors are talking, mainly because I feel like it's taking away from the story. So I try to avoid talking.
I'm sorry, I should have said bottoms up, but my dumbass added in the 99 cherries to Canyon's concoction, and now I feel like death. Seriously, don't mix your alcohol as fucking drink responsibly. You're all fucking idiots. Someone's gonna put in the comments, if we're all idiots, what the fuck does that make you?
Makes him an uber idiot. But anyway.
You fucking know it. No one owns that title except me.
Uber idiot.
Uber idiot. With
right.
a W.
Uber idiot.
Uber idiot.
Alright.
Again, I'm sorry for interrupting you. Please.
Alright.
Please continue your thought.
I want to get this information out there because I feel like there can be those people that have experienced relatively the same thing, and they may feel like they were the asshole in that situation, and giving our stories in that situation can make them feel better about things that they may have done that they may regret.
And then again, you also have those certain viewers or subscribers or fans of certain YouTubers that also feel like they connect with a certain person on a personal level, so they feel like it's more than just content. It's more than just a fan base. It's like a family. It's like they're best friends with the person making the content.
Exactly. So I feel like if we were to bring forth a little bit of our personal side to a conversation like this, that we may be able to seem more human than just little animated pieces of shit talking to a microphone. Now, let's be honest, you're a little bit more animated than me, but you're also a little bit more intoxicated than I am.
That is true. That monster tasted a little weird. Probably because it's flat. But anyway. No. Again, I don't know what it is. I think it was just because at the time you were like my only friend and everybody in film class, but then again I still didn't really get along with them. It was just like I'm always so quiet. I never really talk to anybody, but it's like the moment I press record and I do commentary, it's like I feel more open.
Yep.
I feel like, fuck, I'm not even this open with the woman who's gonna be my fucking wife. Like, I don't, and I hate to get this personal, and it might make me a little emotional because I'm intoxicated, but I'm never really open with her. She hates it when I don't cry in front of her. But because of the way society is, I feel it's not right for me to be emotional in front of her. Or anybody for that matter. What the fuck?
It was a train.
I think it better have been a fucking train because I'm so intoxicated that it kind of scared the shit out of me.
No, like, the way that society is right now, it's kind of messed up, right? Men can't cry. We can't show emotion. We're supposed to be these strong, dependable people that women can latch onto and basically be like, you own me now, take care of me.
And then we crack under the stress and then we kill ourselves.
And commit suicide. And then people wonder why there's more male suicides than female suicides.
So, suicide is not to be taken lightly for those of you with depressive thoughts. Like, you definitely should seek help. And do not visit your normal, or not normal, your local fucking behavioral institute. I'm sorry I chuckled, but it's not to be taken lightly. Suicide is not, it's not a joking matter. Definitely, if you need help, you need to open up to somebody. You should see a therapist. And if you don't, well, you must be like me and learn to open up to those around you. Now, Canyon, because he's been my best friend for 4 to 5 years, I feel like being more open with him than I do the woman who's to be my wife. But it's also because with the way our relationship is, it's just, I guess I don't feel comfortable yet. And now that's kind of a bad thing to say, because of, the fact, literally at the point in time that this is being uploaded, I have 2 months left. But for the millionth time, Canyon, I know you hate this, but for right now, I've got 3 months. You all can do the fucking math. But it's just, with the way I am, I still don't feel comfortable yet. There was one time I think I came home, or even on my drive home, I started playing old country songs that I knew would fucking get to me, because that's what I was pretty much raised around. And then because she was hanging out at her friends, I sat here in this chair for about 30 to 45 minutes listening to more of that artist's music and was just fucking bawling my eyes out. But still.
See, this is the situation that it is when it comes to emotional turmoil that some men have to deal with. I don't know many people, male-wise, that have ever actually cried in front of another person over someone else. I don't know very many men that have done that. Me personally, I did it, but not intentionally.
For those of you wondering, I'm refilling my tank. I apologize, Canyon. Please continue with your story.
Alright. So, for example, I want to get into this because sometimes it eats at me on days. Especially when things become, I go somewhere and it brings back a bad memory. Right? For example, before I was going to basic training, I was with this girl. We were really,
close.
We were really close. And we got engaged, to be put frank.
Pretty much.
I popped the question and everything. And me being a dumb 19-year-old at the time was, thinking to himself, this would be a very good choice for my life. Because I think this is the one for me, right? That's what love does to you. And then I leave for basic training and I'm gone. Not even 2 months. I get to tech school. I have maybe 3 more months left before I get to come home. I get this text message from her saying that she doesn't want to be together anymore. She wants to just completely disband everything that we had just built and everything that I was trying to build for her. Because this is the problem with that. I didn't join the military for my own choices. I joined the military for the healthcare, for the money, for the two of us.
Well, then it also... No, I'm wrong. You made that choice for the both of you, but it was also because that money would help you pay to become a cop. And you wanted to become a cop because your grandfather was.
Yeah.
I really hate that I said that weirdly. Fuck. But, yeah.
Like, it was just, crushing two birds with one stone.
Yeah.
I thought that would be the perfect way to go about it. But she leaves me for this other dude.
I'm sorry.
Good man.
I'm sorry. This is a very deep episode. This is episode 11. If you really think about it, it's like starting brand new. You're just in double digits.
Yeah, exactly. That's why. That's what I'm thinking. But no, she
sorry.
leaves me for this other dude. But she chose to leave me at the worst possible time. Because during that week, we were doing firing qualifications.
Oh, fuck.
So
That's right.
So before then, we were doing night firing. So we were going out, we were using night vision goggles and lasers to be able to shoot our targets. So I had this whole day that I had to try and live through, having known that she was leaving me for another guy. And then that same night, I was going to have to handle a high-powered weapon that I could easily blow my fucking brains out with.
Okay, that's a little too explicit, but still.
But it's, being completely frank.
I hate that you're so brutally honest.
No. I was in the lowest of the low that I could possibly be in. And there was also the fact that I wasn't even in my hometown. I was in a completely different state. It was 110 degrees outside. Humid as fuck. I wanted to kill myself then. Just because of the fucking weather. But then you take...
Again, suicide should not be taken lightly. For those of you that are having these thoughts, please seek help. For those of you who are stubborn as shit, you're a fucking idiot. I have to be fucking frank with you, but you're a fucking idiot. Seek help. Don't be like me. Fucking just get help.
No, this was the point where... Because I was on the phone with my mom. She calls me and I'm already breaking down at this point. My roommate at the time, he was laying on his bed. At this point, we weren't very close yet. Mm-hmm. We were just chilling, not talking to each other, just hanging out on our own separate sides of the room. I get a phone call from my mom and I start talking to her and I start breaking down to my mother about what this woman had done to me, how she was leaving me, and how upset I was and I wasn't able to deal with it. He was overhearing this. He stopped listening to his music or whatever, and he was listening to me break down to my mother about this woman that I loved so much at the time. And this man saved my life. And I shit you not, he went to our sergeant before I could even say anything, because I wasn't going to say anything. And he told my sergeant exactly what was going on with me.
I love you, but you're a fucking idiot. You should have said something. Anyway, continue.
No, because I wasn't willing to say anything because I was already distraught. But he went to him for me. And this is what changed my entire outlook on everything. Because there are people out there that are willing to help you. So why avoid it? Why would you ever think that avoiding something like that is a good choice? You're not burdening it. You're not going to burden anyone. Because people want to help you. This man saved my life. And I can't thank him enough for that. We became very close after that. He shared stories about how he had his ex-wife. And we got into real good conversations. And then every Sunday, we would read Bible verses with each other.
Yeah, because that's right. And I didn't want to interrupt you during that, but I was gonna pretty much point out, like, I'm pretty sure it was after this that you found your, like, whole thing with Christianity and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to say that, it's just I'm more on the atheist side. That's just me. Except, however, I still believe that, like, ghosts exist. So that throws my whole thing out the window. But still,
Well, no, like, I still have my own personal opinions when it comes to religion, but it did open my eyes more, this man did. And he made me feel better about myself and everything that I was dealing with. Now, after this whole experience, did I come back a nicer person?
no, you came back just about the same.
I came
Except, you know, having to go through basic tech school, you say you were fed up with everyone's bullshit, but if I'm to be honest with you, my best friend, my brother, you seem pretty much exactly the same.
You know, I'm exactly the same. But I'm more of an asshole now, I'd like to say.
Okay, yeah. No, you're definitely showing your asshole a little bit more, especially with me when it comes to certain things. Like, there was that whole one night you had to do the thing with your whole, like, military ID, whatever the fuck that was. But you you said you were doing it for a whole 2 hours, and I was just being a dick, and I was trying to be realistic, and you snapped at me. That was fair. I will be honest with you. That was fair. I was being a dick. I was telling you, if anything, it's been more like an hour, not 2 hours, because you haven't been home for that long.
Yeah.
So it was fair. I'm sorry. I had to be that asshole that I am and have to fucking split hairs. It's just, that's just how I am.
You know, and like, I was just, my whole outlook on the concept of love completely changed at that point. So, for example, me talking to women, it's now more along the lines of I have more confidence. I can talk to them and be more risky about my things, about my choices and my words.
That I've definitely noticed too.
Like, I'm more willing to be outward and forward with things. And sometimes that works, sometimes it does not. Sometimes it screws me over really bad and it starts scaring me really bad.
Dude, especially when you first tried doing anything with this woman, said woman that left you. I'm not trying to pour salt in the wound, and just I have to point out that for
Yep.
audience, because I'm still a little fucked up. But dude, I fucking remember that. Like, she always used to hang out with her best friend, and I knew that because I think it was either one night I got off of work, or I think we both got off work and we were just trying to spend some time together. We drove to her best friend's house because you had just started talking, and you two went fucking across the street to talk. I think I told you beforehand, fucking kiss her. So her and her best friend and I are just sitting there talking to each other. We fucking started giving you shit because I think I made the comment about how you made mention to that, and we didn't see you do it.
Yeah.
And then she started just fucking saying stuff.
Yeah, she was just throwing words after words at me, and I was like, God damn it, you're not helping me, because I was a little bitch at the time. And guess how many women I've kissed since then? And I was the one who would make the move.
Was it 5 or 6? Canyon, I have not kept track, and I doubt you have too.
You're correct. But no, like, it was just a progressive thing for that. And I can definitely tell you, after having gained my confidence in that kind of stuff, some women know how to kiss, other women do not. And that's coming from a dude who just recently, like a year ago, had his first kiss. And those are women that had their first kiss in, like, middle school.
I don't think it was a year ago, Canyon. It was about 2.
Almost 2, yeah. Because I left for basic a little over a year ago.
Yeah, that's right.
So
just know, you
2.
fucking asshole. I know your roommate was there for you, which is good because I couldn't. Now, I will be honest with myself. When it comes to certain things like that, I'm not a great help. I try to help, but I'm not a great help. But if you'd have fucking talked to me, I'd have done my best.
Yes.
But I probably still would have done the same thing to you. It would have been like, oh man, just fucking get over her. She's a piece of shit. You're an amazing person. Like, there's a way to get through this. You just have to fucking get through it. And, it's shit like that. It's not helpful whatsoever. But it's also the fact that, like, the only person who was really kind of there for me when I was going through my whole breakup with Peyton. Fuck, I've been really trying hard not to use first names. But it's not like I'm giving away a last name, so whatever. It was that whole thing, like, you were there for me, and though you never really weren't in that same predicament, it still kind of helped.
Yeah.
But still, I have to be honest with myself, I'm never really that big of a help, even though I try to be.
Yes, I understand that. But there's also have to take in consideration that having spent a majority of my life taking care of my brother when it comes to his mental issues and suicide, it's gotten to the point where it's kind of like second nature for me.
Mm-hmm.
That if I hear someone saying that they're having a bad day, that I want to make sure that I can help lift their spirits, make them in a better mood so that they don't potentially end up having dark thoughts. And that's what scares me. And that's the main reason why I wanted to be a police officer. Because I want to help people as best I can. But then, having experienced that kind of stuff firsthand, it then made me realize that I'm not as good of a help as I can be. Because those situations are stressful. So stressful. And I'm so thankful that there are people out there that are willing to do it. But me, my mental stability will not allow me to do it. Because I don't like being stressed out. I don't think anyone does. But oh good God, was I stressed when I experienced that shit. And I was like, can I go home now? I'm having a panic attack. And I shouldn't be. I'm supposed to be the help, not the help helping me kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand. See, now, I feel like an asshole because I'm the kind of piece of shit who will say, like, oh, these thoughts are going through my head, but, again, I must be honest with myself, I'm a bit of a pussy. I'm not going to go through with it because it's like, I want something that's quick and painless. And yet again, those things that are quick and should be painless, I'm scared of feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
No, it's the fact that... Yeah.
I'm scared of having to literally feel that in my final moments. I'm glad no one could see the gesture, but it's just something like that. Like, and that's why I will never act on my thoughts. And I feel like a big piece of shit because it's been twice. I had been sent to the hospital on 5150 calls, and Jasmine had to experience that kind of pain and worry for me. So, there are two reasons I don't do it. One, I don't have the insurance that will pay for that kind of visit for both the hospital and our local, I'm going to call it an institute because that's pretty much what ours is.
Yeah, it sucks.
And two, she's the love of my life. We have a child, like, and if my child knew what kind of thoughts I was having, what would that make her think? Something relative to that. It's just I don't want that affecting her in a negative way because Jasmine's depressed. I'm depressed. She's bound to be depressed. So really, personally, there are things we need to work on that will keep her from thinking negatively. Not Jasmine, but Echo. Jasmine and I need to work on things so Echo doesn't feel anything negatively.
Yes. And I completely agree with that idea. Because you know me long enough that whenever I'm around people, I'm usually more, like, I wouldn't say open, but I'm more, uplifting. I try and be happy. Unless I'm in a bad mood, then I'm kind of an asshole. But I am an asshole.
You're fucking telling me. Still can't feel my lips. Holy shit. I feel like if I take another drink of this, I'm gonna end up not being able to stand straight.
No, you want to know how big of an asshole the military has turned me into? Because it boosted my confidence by a fuckload, right? There was this one girl that I thought was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I thought would be working out and stuff, and then she started creeping me out real bad through text messages. You know
right.
Yes.
Now I remember.
She started creeping me out so
I'm
bad.
so sorry I keep tapping the table. Jesus Christ, we had the same issue in episode 1.
But no, she was creeping me out so bad, and she was making me worry about, like, if I were to actually try and continue this relationship, how it would go. And it's kind of fucked up to say, but she wouldn't take no for an answer.
We all know those psychopaths.
But no, I'm not trying to be rude to her.
That's a very strong word. I'm sorry.
She was a very nice girl.
Yeah.
I felt like she was too desperate at that point.
From the way you had texted me, yeah, it pretty much sounded like that.
Yeah. So I was like, I feel bad about this situation. But every time that I would either bluntly, but in the nicest way I could, basically say, no, I'm not in the mood for a relationship right now, she still wouldn't leave me alone.
So I'm going to cut to the chase for the sake of everybody. Pretty much basic training, or the National Guard in general, has turned you into this big of an asshole where you're not scared to be blunt because of, we all know it, or we all don't know it, but we in the house know it. The whole situation between you and one of Jasmine's friends.
Yes.
Yes, I get it.
You don't want me to say exactly what I did?
Pretty much you have to be blunt, tell them no, or practically ghost them.
Yes. But that didn't work. So I did what I figured would be the best thing to do to get her to leave me alone.
Give a whole fucking excuse?
No.
That's the way they put it, I'm sorry.
No. What I did...
God, I feel so good, I'm sorry.
No, I planned this out, and this is the biggest asshole thing I could have possibly done. I made it seem like I was interested in her, slept with her, and then basically told her to go fuck herself. Did it work?
Yes.
Very well, actually. Do I feel bad about it? Yes. But did she leave me alone? Yes.
But I know why you feel bad, and it's because of, like, issues she's been having recently that Jasmine keeps bringing up. Now, I don't know exactly what's been going through your head, but, like, fuck, I'm too fucked up for this, but I think part of my brain knows you kind of feel bad. Well, not necessarily kind of. You do feel bad, but then again, she was way too headstrong about it.
Yes.
Like, we both know that.
She was way too headstrong about it, and I couldn't deal with it, especially still having relative feelings with my ex at the time.
Well, yes.
I was kind of like, I need this to end because this is not helping me. So that was what I figured would be the easiest and fastest way to get that out of the
But what didn't help was the fact, like, since she was too headstrong about it, it wasn't, even though you were kind of asking for the space, she wasn't giving it to you.
Yes.
Now, not to, like, make excuses, but I also have to give her part of the story.
Yes.
She had been with the same person for, like, I want to say 10 years, only because I don't really remember how long it was, but it was for a really long time. So she hasn't known what it's like to be with someone else, and I think she wanted out of it so badly that when she was so headstrong for you, she didn't want to hear no, because it would pretty much mean she'd have to still kind of spend a little more time with that other person.
Yes.
So there's that whole thing. Now I feel like a piece of shit because I kind of lost where I was going because I'm fucked up, but...
You know, and I can understand that. But it was also like, it just didn't work. it like both of our interests and everything, like when it came to me wanting to take things slow and then her being like, fuck me, kind of thing. Sorry. This is the easiest way for me to be able to explain it without my brain just taking a shit on me. It was clashing. One was too headstrong and one was just wanting to take things slow and try and ease myself out of my previous relationship and focus on someone else. And it just didn't work.
Fuck, I could be a therapist while drunk. You wanted to take things slow because obviously you would spend so much time with Zero. You would spend so much time with...
I love you.
Well, Zero...
Yeah.
Okay, so we get it.
Yeah, I love you.
You spent so much time with Zero that... And you practically proposed to her, and then, so after that whole thing, obviously it was devastating, you would voice that. Her wanting so desperately out of practically her commitment, she obviously wanted it so desperately that way, once it was said and done, he could see that, would finally fuck off, so on and so forth, but obviously, like you had said, those clashed so hard, it just was never going to work.
Exactly.
I really hate that I had to pretty much voice that to the world when they had already fucking gotten it.
I think you were just explaining it for yourself.
I think I was, yeah. But that's because
No.
I'm fucked up and now so fucked up to the point I can't feel my cheeks.
But no, like, this is the problem with society right now, especially with our generation.
Yes.
How many women out there our age have a kid?
Literally all of them.
Almost all of
Okay.
them.
Yes, almost all of them. Not literally all of them, but almost all of them.
Yes.
I would know because I have one.
Yes. Now, am I saying that I do not like children? No, I love children.
You love mine especially.
Yes,
Especially since you're her godfather.
Yeah, she's amazing. And I would do...
Except for when she's a little brat and thinks she needs to scream at you all the time.
When there's nothing wrong, she got fed, she was changed, she has her teddy bear. What do you want from me now?
Just wants to be an overdramatic diva, but
Yeah.
I really hope Jasmine goes and sees this podcast.
But no, like, okay. I've tried to have a relationship, and I think that's the problem. I'm trying to find happiness in myself through another person, and I shouldn't be doing that. That's why I'm giving up.
No, definitely find happiness in yourself before you find happiness with another person.
That's why I'm giving up. But...
Well, don't give up.
No. I'm giving up
pause.
Searching right
Just
now.
pause for now. Don't say give up. Just pause.
Yeah.
You're pausing so that you can be better for yourself, so you can be better for another person.
Exactly.
There you go. That's the best way we can put that.
Yes, but I was going out of my way to try and find another person so I can try and fill that little, not really little, it was massive, hole in my heart so that I would feel whole again. Oh my good fucking God. Why are there so many crazy people in the world, man?
Now, I love you. I would be, like, I'm fucked up. Honestly, I probably should have. I probably would have. Shouldn't have. Probably would have. Either like this or sober. I'm really proud of myself for not doing so, but laughing at yourself for your whole thing about small but massive.
Yeah.
Because, really, it is a massive hole, man.
Yeah.
Like,
This
is a very deep episode, and I'm going to be frankly honest with you and to the people listening to this, along with myself. I'm fucked up. I'm a giggly bitch by nature. I'm really proud that I'm handling this the way that I am.
Yes.
I'm going to take another shot. To your health.
Yes, sir. That was more than a shot, I think.
Still can't feel my lips or my cheeks.
Alright, but okay. Like, I want to take this into consideration, okay?
I'm going to put this back where I found it. Oh, I feel the chest burn. Nope, now it's my throat. Anyway, please continue.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
so I go through with this stupid ass dating app, right? Everyone knows it.
Tinder.
Yes. But,
Did we say that at the same time? I guess we'll find out later.
anyway, find this one girl. Thought she was cool. We hung out. We got along
I
pretty
really
well.
keep moving this table. I think I need to sit.
Yeah, but no. We were getting along pretty well. We dated for 3 weeks. and then I had to end it off.
Oh, right. W. Okay. I really hope no one heard what I just said.
The reason I cut this off was because this woman was so obsessed with sex to the point where the moment I told her no, she decided to break some of my shit.
What did she break, Canyon?
She broke my mouse.
How did she break your mouse?
She ripped the cable out of it. So I had to go buy a brand new mouse. This time...
Really?
Yeah.
I could have sworn you...
It's the same mouse. I just bought the same mouse.
You just bought the same mouse for the cable, or did you just throw the old one out?
No, she ripped the cable. The cable's supposed to be able to come out, right? But when she ripped the cable out, it pulled the entire socket out of the fucking mouse.
Oh, okay. So I get it, because I've had this happen to me once with, I think, a certain charger. Basically, like the Fuck, I need a reference now.
So, no, it's like it's so tightly woven in there that it can be removed, but if you pull it out in such an angle, it rips the actual port out along with the cable.
Yeah. Okay, so I was going to use a reference, but that's exactly what I was going to say.
She basically ripped it out, so the only way for me to be able to use that old mouse was if I were to set it up through Bluetooth. But the problem with that is, I don't have Bluetooth set up with my personal desktop.
Speaking of which, are desktops more likely to set up Bluetooth? Because I think my Lenovo can set up Bluetooth, but my laptop cannot. And I only...
No.
Oh.
Mainly because laptops are portable. Desktops are not.
I see.
Meant to be portable. So you want portable Bluetooth items for a laptop. But no.
My laptop doesn't have Bluetooth support.
How old's your laptop?
That's a very good question. But I think I'm confusing this. Fuck you, Reverb. I think I'm confusing it with a Chromebook that I gave to my brother because that actually supported Bluetooth. And now I'm a little bummed out about it because now that I've got my Raycons, not supported, not sponsored. Please sponsor us at some point. Please, you are a great headphone brand. Yeah, that Chromebook, I'm pretty confident, supported the Bluetooth instead of this laptop and the Lenovo, but like I'm really bummed out about it because like I would really love to use those.
Yeah.
On both of these.
Yeah. But
I apologize for interrupting you, but she pretty much ripped the socket out of your mouse, had to set up Bluetooth. The only exception was computer doesn't support Bluetooth?
Yes, because I built my desktop myself. So
right.
I opted not to put a Bluetooth device in there because I did not
want it.
I didn't want it. I don't like Bluetooth. I like cabled stuff.
That does make sense. I don't think if...
Because I don't like it when fucking things die in the middle of a goddamn song. Fucking hate that.
Or in a game.
Yes, it sucks. Fuck that. I hate it.
That reminds me of Nike's TikTok with like the whole thing between Xbox, PlayStation, and PC.
Yeah, so... You want to know how expensive this fucking mouse was?
Please don't tell me it's over $200.
No, not over $200. It was.
Is it over $100?
Yes, it was a $120 mouse that she broke.
Okay. She broke a $120 mouse.
Which I
twice as much as a brand new video game. Sorry.
Yes, but the one thing that was nice though is when I went to go buy a new one, they stopped making them, so it was on clearance. So I was able to get a new mouse of the exact same thing for like $60. So I was kind of happy about that. But besides the point, it pissed me off, and I was like, "Are you fucking serious? You're gonna break my shit because I wasn't gonna have sex with you? Really? Children do that shit."
Mm-hmm. I work with 2 of them.
Yeah. What's wrong with people, man?
Literally, I work with someone who gets so pissed off that when he cooks onion rings, and when you cook onion rings, the fucking fryer oil is bound to pop at you.
Yeah.
He fucking complains when it gets into his ear. Like, sure, that's gonna sting for like a second, but he fucking complains about it because he's so fucking preppy and so goddamn... Cleanliness is so important to him. Like, he's like my old friend. The one who I have practically had to compete with for Jasmine has no personality. All he fucking talks about is his vehicle, his car. His car is his livelihood. Fucking, that's all he fucking talks about. And like I said, or like we said, I'm sorry. I don't know why I do that. Yeah, like we said, suicide is not to be taken lightly. But because of the fucking dipshits I work with, I've never wanted to die so much before in my life. Like, I'm being so serious. Like, serious. This guy, no personality, constantly talks about his car. Fucking complains about getting dirty. Last time he had to work on his car because he had to practically redo the rotors and brake pads by himself. Fucking complained that he didn't take a pair of gloves home with him because his hands were dirty. And I wanted to shoot myself.
I'm sorry, how the fuck can you make cars your hobby if you're not okay with getting dirty?
Yeah, and you want to know what's even more hilarious? Guy literally is obsessed with buying fucking Mitsubishi Eclipses. That this is the third one he's had. And he's trying to turn it into a fucking race car. And complains about it himself being dirty. I'm sorry I moved my fucking headphone port. But like, I'm being so fucking vocal with my hands right now because I'm fucked up. But seriously. Like, cars are your hobby and you're gonna fucking complain about being dirty? You work in a kitchen. And you're gonna fucking complain about being dirty? Like, what in the fuck? Go find some other fucking interests. Work a fucking 9 to 5 job working behind a fucking desk. Like, seriously. Go fucking do something else instead of being the stoner you are and being so fucking stupid. You make me feel dumber every second I stand there next to you. That's just me being brutally honest. For those of you that are stoners, don't feel bad. I'm one of you. But I'm just not as stupid as most of you that I'm gonna fucking make stupid ass jokes that make you feel so dumb that you should be in kindergarten. Now that's a little too harsh. Those of you who are probably like me, you can still have coherent conversations with people even when you're fucked up on either alcohol or marijuana, where yeah, you can have those coherent conversations. Your brain knows what it's talking about, but like if you were to think about it, it's gonna fuck you. Literally and figuratively.
And sideways.
Yeah.
Yeah, right in the belly button. But, like, you have those people out there that are so obsessed with sex, and it's really sad. Okay?
I'm sorry, how the fuck did I just segue that in? I'm sorry, just continue. Obsessions with sex, someone who's obsessed with sex.
Someone who's obsessed with sex, that's perfectly fine. That's your thing. You have to find yourself a partner that's also like that.
That's how I found that bitch.
Yeah. Anyway, but no, like, okay, I'm not obsessed with sex, right? Now, will I like to get my dick wet every once in a while? Yes. Who doesn't? It's great.
Because of Jasmine, and I don't mean she's a bitch. Love of my life. Gonna be my wife soon. I love the woman to death. She's the reason I'm the sex-filled fucking mongrel I am. Yeah. Because my relationship with G, fucking, like, I understood her whole religious thing. She was young at the time. Not that young. I was 17, she was 16. But I was a few months younger. Or, not younger. Older. So I was going to be 18 before she turned 17. But her parents were so great of people. They weren't going to care. And, like, I think just the way I came across, they probably thought they had nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
They didn't have anything to worry about. Like, I respected that. I respected her. And I wasn't going to do that to her. Then I met Jasmine. And then I started doing certain things. And that's why I'm constantly begging for Sex Canyon. So you might be able to tell that to people on podcasts. But there's a reason I beg for it. And that's because that fucking woman in that room is the reason I'm the person I am now. That's bullshit. She basically made my raging hormones go wild.
You never do
And
that to a young man.
that's what happens when you're a teenager. Your hormones won't run wild. You might think you can control it, but you fucking don't. I'm
No.
20 years old, and I think I might have it under control, but I still, once a day.
Okay, you did not need to get that fucking...
I didn't need to say that, but I just did.
Yes, and
I love you all. Canyon, I love you.
I love
You're
you
my
too,
brother, and that's why you're my daughter's godfather. I feel like a piece of shit because that should be my brother's role. Like my biological brother's role. But let's be honest. I was such a piece of shit to him, and this might make me cry because I'm fucked up. I'm going to be emotional, but I looked at a video a while ago of him and I playing Black Ops 2, and I realized, like, literally, I was a piece of shit to him. In that whole playthrough, I saw how I talked to him. I'm like, I'm a piece of shit to my own brother. And, I'm saying because I'm literally about to cry now that I'm talking about it. But, and then I realized, and this happened around Christmas though, I had this epiphany, and that might actually have been when Jasmine and I had that mental breakdown out here when we were drunk. Not necessarily drunk, but we were pretty much fucked up. And we did wake up on a hangover, but it wasn't drunk. I swear it wasn't drunk. I might throw up. I love you all. Anyway, I had this epiphany where, like, I was having my same, like, dark thoughts. Again, if you have dark thoughts, please seek help. There are people that want to help you. I love how I'm bringing this full circle. Just get help. It's not a bad thing to get help, especially if you're a male. And if you're really self-conscious about it, just don't tell anybody. And if you feel like being open with it, people who are going to make fun of you for it really shouldn't be your friends. Like, those guys are pieces of shit. You're better off without them. That's why I was never really friends with anyone who was quote-unquote popular in school. And that's why I think you and I have been such great friends for this long. Not just, and I've been wanting to bring this up, not just because our parents, or rather our fathers, were best friends. It was just like we came to it on our own in high school, and because we were just such great friends, I wanted it to stay the way it was, Yeah. Because when you were with Zero, and you fucking practically ghosted me, like, I knew that was going to happen again. That's why you fucking live with me, man. Anyway, I had this epiphany where, I was just a little fucking asshole when I was younger. Like, my mother had a bad relationship with her parents, who were alcoholics. She didn't need to have this bad relationship with her eldest son. My brother, his eldest brother, his role model, he didn't need to be treated like shit by him. My eldest sister. When you're the youngest, you kind of get treated like shit. It's bound to happen. But because myself, the middle child, we were boys, we wanted to do our own thing. We thought, well, girls just kind of get in the way. Our oldest sister, all she wanted to do was spend time with us. We treated her like shit. So it kind of had shown me, like, I could be this... fuck me. I hate being fucked up. I forgot where I was going with this. I'm really sorry for those of you that have actually been listening for the last 10 minutes. I don't know where I was going with this, but, like, literally as fucked up as I am right now, I had the same epiphany, except I was crying. I'm about to go into tears. But I was honest with myself. I told Jasmine, I still know where I'm going with this. Please tell a story.
I don't mean to laugh, man.
No, I know.
I can see the tears forming in your eyes.
I know you can. I can feel them. But before I let you go, I love you, man. You're my brother. You have been my brother since minute number 1. And I don't think we told anybody this story, but now I know where I'm going to go with something. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I love you. I'm probably never going to really show my right hand to anybody on camera, but I have scars going from my pinky finger to my index finger. Not my forefinger, but my index finger.
You fucking idiot.
Some jackass who we had a mutual friend with.
Yes.
Hatch a mutual friend with. Fuck me, dude. Who we had a mutual friend with. We used to be the best friends because we took Spanish in my freshman year together. He was a sophomore. Because, you guys were sophomores. And then you were a junior when I was a sophomore. And I got to take Film 3 with you. I thought he would talk so much shit on me after that whole scenario. For those of you that don't know, definitely check out my channel. I swear more stuff will come when I do feel the motivation to. It's just, I have so much Resident Evil stuff coming to this channel. I've got to edit it, so on and so forth.
Yep.
It's just, I thought he'd talk so much shit on me. It would make you hate me. And I didn't want to make an enemy in that class because to this day I'm still kind of a pussy. I don't like getting into fights. I'll try and talk my way out of it. I thought you were going to pick a fucking fight with me. And then after we started talking, kind of during one of our, Film 3 broadcasts, I realized, and you had told me you didn't really give a shit. I was like, oh, I'm out of the fucking woods. I don't have to pick a fight with anybody. I was like, this guy's actually kind of cool. And I loved how our fucking relationship snowballed from there. And it's just and especially with the relationship our dads had together and kind of still have, I'm glad that we kind of get to continue that. And again, that's why you fucking live with me, because you're practically the only friend I have left aside from my best friend. I'm sorry to have to replace you. Well, not necessarily replace you, but replace you. But yeah, it's just, I don't have very many friends. I'm not going to find very many friends. Sorry, I had to check the time. Well, I don't have very many friends because, the one who I was talking about who has no personality, constantly talks about his car, had to compete with against Jasmine. A stoner. Anyway, he hardly ever talks to me. I think the last time we talked to each other was about last year. Because we're living in our... Fuck, Echo's awake. We were living in our other apartment. And we would kind of hang out with each other every so often. But we've kind of lost contact. And I think he still has a thing for her. And, you two were kind of the only people I had left. Because I wasn't a very social person. Everybody in Film 3 I practically fucking hated. Except for a select few. But then I started seeing their true colors. Excuse me. And started to hate them more than the others. And it was just, you were the only person I could kind of keep a connection with. So, seriously though, you two are the only two people I have left. And if you find a woman and fucking move out, I know it'll be the same thing it was with Zero, and you're hardly going to ever talk to me. Which is fair, I understand it. But still, I'm going to be so fucking sad. And that's why I'm practically forcing you to live with me for the rest of my life. And I hope you don't care. Because now we have this commitment, this baby. The Nerd Tabloid, the Rogue Assassin Rippers. This is our baby now. And if you fucking leave me, I'll kill you. I don't mean that. So, to do our outro. And I'm sorry you still have to stay silent. It's just, I've got it in my brain somehow, some way. If you're having dark thoughts, please seek help. People do love you. You might think differently, but that's your headspace. You have to start thinking more positively, less pessimistically. That's probably not even a word. But seriously, people love you. Get the help you need. It'll be better for you in the long run. I really do truly believe that. Because in a sense, it's kind of my scenario. Sure, I still have my certain depressive thoughts. My wife thinks it's worse than it is. Well, not necessarily wife. Jasmine might think it's worse than it is. But I have the only three people all over... Well, not three. I'll have the only 8 people I'll ever need. I cannot do math. It's really 7. I have the only 7 people I'll ever fucking need in my life. Who love and care for me. And will do whatever they need for me. And you guys have more. And if you really have as much a dysfunctional family that I don't, and you have less, again, it's not a competition. I say again as if we brought it up. It's not a competition, but still, someone in your life cares for you. You're important to them, and you know they're important to you. Please just get help for your sake. You don't want to spend days and days in a hospital because of the 5150 call, only to spend maybe months in your local institute. See, now I say institute and it sounds bad, Canyon.
Well, that's what it is.
I
That
know.
place sucks. No,
Well,
I'm calling it an institute because that place doesn't help very many people.
Except, my only exception here is it sucked the first time I was there. The second time I was there, phenomenal. Staff was great. They were so kind. And one of them told me something that I thought was funny because it came across in my brain as a joke, but I'm pretty sure he was kind of being serious. Who actually bowls at my local bowling alley. Our local bowling alley, which is the best bowling alley, let's not lie. I think during leagues. Phenomenal guy. Nicest guy I could have ever met. And he told me it's actually part of his job that he can't get in trouble for. He can actually look at me and say the day that I get discharged, I hope I never see you again. And he'll never get in any fucking trouble for it.
Yeah.
And it's great. I thought it was funny, but I know he was kind of being serious. Anyway, I apologize.
Let's get into something here real quick.
Dude, we're crossing the whole hour of power
I know.
here. I was trying to do an intro, but still, please, get help. All
Yes.
life is precious. For those of you that don't think so, you're fucking wrong. Please, can go into your story before I talk for another fucking 10 minutes.
All right, no,
Or
this
20.
is what I want to get into. We're talking about our suicide, right? Not to commit suicide, get the help that you need, but also do not let other people sway your opinion on what's best for you.
Yes.
You want to make yourself happy. We brought this up earlier.
When?
You
Again,
were,
I'm fucked up.
you were telling me how I should get myself happy first before I find someone else.
Yes, that's right. I said that around the 35 to 40 minute mark.
Exactly.
I think.
Fucking weirdo. But anyway.
I was paying attention, okay?
Yes, I understand. No.
It's important to pay
If
attention.
you're at a point in your life where you feel like the only thing that's going to help you is someone else, you're wrong.
Thank you for listening to me.
No. Because
Okay.
I'm sorry. I say no all the time. No, the reason I say this is because having spoken on this specific podcast, as this is the main reason why I like doing this emotional, deep shit, is because I learn more about myself
Each and every episode?
each and every time.
I fucking love you, dude.
And
I would
you know,
hug you, but it's a shame no one's going to be able to see it.
I want everyone out there to understand that you are precious and your life matters. Don't take it for granted. Care for yourself. Do everything that you think you need. Don't let other people influence you.
That's essentially what I was saying, and I apologize. I'm fucked up. Yeah.
Don't be like us. Be better.
Yes. Oh, shit. That was something I was going to say, but we are already past our 1 hour mark.
Ah, man. Well, that fucking sucks.
No, it doesn't. I'm going to go into it anyway.
Oh, shit. All right.
We'll just make this like maybe an hour and 15... Maybe an hour and a quarter of an hour
I don't know. Let's
of
go.
power.
Let's just keep talking, man.
So, actually, it was when we brought that up that I was actually going to say this. It was just, yeah. When you mentioned it, don't find someone to expect to make you happy. That's where everything falls apart. And it's something that actually Jasmine and I are trying to work through. It's probably part of the reason why we're still kind of toxic towards each other. And I hate to admit that on podcasts, but that's how our relationship is. And I know you've seen that, Canyon, because not only do you live with us, but you've been there since our relationship started. Except for when you were away and dealing with your own issues, but you've been here for me, with me, through everything I've been through with Jasmine. And fuck, you're gonna be the best man at my wedding, which, saying that out loud, makes me feel like a piece of shit. My baby brother should be the one who should be my best man, but from something my grandmother told me, whatever, it made me to believe you should be my best man. Anyway, regardless, it's because of how I am. It was like after the whole thing with Peyton, I wanted to find someone that would just help me feel better. Which I actually not necessarily found. I had a thing with a girl that I had a thing with since I was in elementary school. Only for her to, well, from my depressed state, it made me feel like I just wasn't good enough. But really, it was on her own accord. I don't think really what we were doing was gonna work out. She wanted to find someone else. To this day, I still kind of believe like she might have a thing for me. Whatever, it is what it is. But I had that. Literally maybe 2 to 3 days, maybe a day after that, I met G while I was working at my first job. Naziville McDonald's.
Naziville McDonald's.
Fucking, she was just the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. For a 16-year-old. Again, I was 17. Not a big problem.
Dude, you're just ruining your story by.
I know I'm ruining it, but it's just like the more I say it, people are gonna realize, isn't he 20 years old? And they're gonna like kind of make this big deal out of it. But again, I want to emphasize like technically really isn't that big of a deal, according to the law. At least where I live, I did it again. Where we live. Anyway, it's just fuck. I hate myself. Because now I don't even remember how long we've been together, but it's just like, it was this perfect little thing. I'd constantly spend time at her house and spend all this time with her and her siblings. And like, I don't think her younger siblings were very fond of me, but definitely her brothers that were her fathers at least were fond of me. And at least the younger one, again, of her fathers, didn't seem to mind me. Her brother and I were practically like, kind of like this, kind of attached to the hip. And he still talks to me occasionally. And I hate myself for what I had done, but she hardly ever talks to me. But I think this had taken place. Our relationship had actually kind of made headway about 2 weeks, maybe a month after my whole thing with Jay.
Yeah. My
first Jasmine. With an I. I fucking hate myself. I shouldn't have said that. I love you all. I love you, Canyon. Anyway, only for me to then go behind a sweet, innocent girl's back. One who I had taken the time with to try to get to know and try to be with. To then do certain things behind her back with then someone who I believed and still believe to this day is the love of my life. And like, again, this is the path I've taken. Some of you might have taken the same path, something similar, maybe not as so. You cannot rely on people to make you happy. You have to find happiness in yourself to make yourself better, to then make other people happy. Because that's how I am. I literally internally fucking hate myself. And that's my headspace. There are times I fucking love myself, like right now. I'm fucking in love with myself. I love the ideas I have. I love the things that we're gonna do with this channel, Canyon. But I know eventually I'm gonna be at work later today and I will hate my life because I have to spend time in a kitchen about 100 or more degrees with a fucking idiot. And I'm going to think to myself, thinking back on the 3 years that I've spent with Jasmine, how lucky I am to have her, the things that we've done, and what makes me love her so much. The things that make me love you so much as a brother, a best friend, the man I will die for. I'm sorry I get loud for that. It's just I have to make this seem less weird because of my influence. It's just, this is what I have. I shouldn't take it for granted. And the reason I've gone on this long tangent is because you shouldn't take what you have for granted. You have best friends that care for you. You have family that cares for you. Aunts, uncles, cousins. You may not be close, but they will love you till the day you die. Fuck, even then they'll still love you. I don't really go into detail because it happened a while ago. I've moved on. I lost an uncle when I was 12. And I love the man to death. What hurts most is I never got to spend time with him as much as I wanted to. His passing had come too short, and I regret not asking to spend the time with him that I could have. But still, this all comes back to you have people you love, people that love you. Suicide, self-harm, thoughts that inflict self-injury are not to be taken lightly. I hate that I'm under the influence. I have to keep dragging this on. I'm probably depressing people. Those of you chuckling, you have a dark sense of humor and I love you. It's still not to be taken lightly. I've had certain thoughts myself. I shouldn't be dragging this on any longer, but still. Canyon and I love you. We haven't even met you yet. You haven't even watched our videos yet. But
yeah,
we love you. Fuck, we even care for you. And I know once our fan base grows, this will be more than just, and I hate to say it because it's selfish, but a way to make money. But our fan base will soon become our family, Canyon. And we know it. At least I know it. And we will always be there for you. So on this unfortunately dark episode of the Nerd Tabloid, episode 11, for those of you having certain thoughts, leave a comment. I most definitely will check them every hour on the hour, and I will talk to you. And I will be there for you. And if I will always feel it's important enough, I will text Canyon immediately, and we'll both give you our input. But that's how I feel on this, and I don't want to drag this on any longer because of my influence. We love you all.
Yes, we do. And I'm just going to let Elijah keep his mouth shut for a minute because he's just going to ramble on some more.
Thank you. I'm taking a shot of the UV blue. I can't feel my arms.
Ladies and gentlemen, this was the Nerd Tabloid episode 11. I'm Ghost Ripper, or Canyon.
I'm Assassin13710, or Eli, or you can call me Elijah, whichever one is easier for you.
And this is the end.
We are
The
the
Rogue Assassin Rippers. Have a good night, everybody.
and to all a good night.